Today, I want to build a mega base, but before we can do that, I need to take you back a couple of months to this hill. Yep, you guessed it, the future site of my mega base. Over the past few months, I've been slowly but surely shaping it bit by bit into what it is today. Half a mountain and an interior. So it's finally time to build the actual exterior of the mega base. Welcome back to Just Create. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. It helps a ton and ensures you don't miss the rest of this mega base since we still have, well, the interior to do after today. I won't lie though, I'm a little scared even thinking about the mega base exterior and starting it. So why not get ourselves started with a bit of terraforming? I love terraforming. Terraforming is safe, just digging blocks, clearing away the space for new terrain that should tidy up and finish the fourth and final train entrance / exit to the train roundabout at the bottom of the mega base. Did not expect that to take an hour, but here we are. Now just to see, I think I did not. Thought I left a bunch of resources up there. Guess I threw them back into storage. Oh yeah, here's the shulker boxes. Got them restocked, and we can use that to build up the walls of the entrance. While I'm here, I'm also going to extend the terrain out to the right, linking the entrance area to the rest of the landscape. Then I'm hopping back over to create a sloping plane stretch that will lead up to the base of the mega base. Really excited to have the fourth and final train entrance into the base done, even though we have nothing to connect it up to. But that's a future worry, as for now, I think I've been putting it off for long enough, and it's time to start working on the base exterior. And I figured I'd bring you all along the entire process this time, which brings us over to a creative copy of the server made with the same seed. And to get started, I'm grabbing different colors of concrete and using a mod called Axiom to help me out while I start to shape out the main shape of the mega base exterior. Which also involves continuing to build up and plan out the terrain around it, where I'm using a feature from Axiom called the UI editor to help me out. And after a few hours of shaping and adding some more detail in there, I've got a general shape that I'm really liking. And this entire structure actually stems from this inspo picture I found on Pinterest, which was of massive help when I first started sketching out the shape. And a huge tip for anyone looking to improve their building skill is to start using inspiration. Some of my favorite sites for this are Pinterest, Instagram, and of course YouTube. But back to the project, I'm feeling really out of my comfort zone now, as I'm not used to building at this scale. So let's give my friend Benji, a really talented creative builder and content creator, a call and see if he can help me out. Hi.
Hi.
We spent around an hour talking through ideas and figuring out different block palettes, deciding which palette each section of the base should use. The goal was to keep things consistent while also making sure the whole structure doesn't just melt into one big blob. And after Benji's massive help, I brought the build back into the creative copy and started texturing and adding in all the big details such as windows and chimneys, but I can't just spoil the entire build right away, can I? Back in the survival world though, we have a lot of resources to gather up. So many in fact that I think the best method will be to start out by gathering palette by palette, so grabbing some jokers that we can color red. I'm looking through my storage, grabbing some netherrack, red dye, sand, gravel, and clay. Grabbing the sand and gravel down to concrete powder. We can also get the clay smelted down and dyed into red terracotta. Heading out of the storage, flying down towards the redstone factory, I want to grab a few stacks of netherwort the farm has built up, and I actually used my final pieces of netherrack I had in storage already, so heading into the nether, I need to gather up about a shulker box and a half. Back in the overworld, let's throw this in the super smelter. I've finished gathering red colored stone blocks, but I'm once again out of mangrove since my tree farm still didn't work. So flying over the throwlash and... oh, okay, he doesn't have any mangrove either, right. Well, that was a bust. Instead, back in the base, I guess I'll grab some bone meal, my saw, and hand crank, and get to work chopping down a bunch of mangrove trees to get the final remaining blocks for our red pallets. Moving on from our red blocks, I want to focus on some more neutral colors, so I'm down by the tuff factory grabbing packages filled with all of the stone types this factory produces. Back here at the stores, just throw most of these blocks into the storage for later use. Before heading over to the stonecutter and spending a bunch of time just processing down the newly acquired rocks, as well as some regular stone and deep slate I already had inside of the storage. So much stone cutting later, and I want a change of scenery, so let's grab 2 white shulker boxes. Flying over the mountains down to the sawmill, let's get a ton of payload requested to kick off the blocks for our white pallet. Back in the storage, let's also get some diorite requested, and then once again use the stonecutter to craft that down a little. Next up, I want some brick stuff, and I've got bricks already, but I am missing dripstone, which I should be able to quickly get from this exposed cave next to the base. I'm also thinking something that should pair well with the brick is some mud, so let's make a bit more packed mud and turn some of that into mud brick. While we are at it with some brown blocks, let's head back down to the sawmill once again and finish gathering up the rest of the wood supplies we'll need for the mega base. Then I want to use a ton of copper to detail the build, and while I don't have a ton of copper, I guess we will first grab the copper ore we already have and get that fortune mined and smelted. Not enough yet, but we can at least start oxidizing what we already have. And while that's being done, flying over to a nearby cave, as I still need another 6 stacks of copper blocks. But luckily with Fortune 3, you can get up to 20 raw copper per ore you mine, which doesn't mean it's fast gathering 6 stacks of blocks, but it also isn't too tedious. Returning to the base, having smelted all the copper down, let's once again spend even more time inside of the stonecutter, processing this down to mainly grates and cut copper, but also a few other bits. Home stretch now, where I definitely want some giant smokestacks on top of the mega base and a ton of smoke billowing out the top of them to continue while I'm polluting this world. So after smelting a bunch of glass, I'm using the bulk dye feature of the Dragon Plus mod to dye it black, gray, light gray, and white. Taking some of these stained glass blocks, we can also craft them into glass panes, filling 2 entire choker boxes with just glass. Maybe I've gone a little big, considering all of these are pretty much filled. But we need one more resource, and that's mushroom stems, which I have 80 of, but I need about 10 times that. And while I only have 80 because I really haven't used them like at all, yeah, they're a pain to get, which means I want to make a farm for it. And well, I thought you could just like leaves, use harvesters, or maybe saws to harvest mushroom blocks, but I did a little bit of testing, and turns out you can't, but I did find a way. And we are gonna need this truck. Not only that, we are gonna need a dispenser, most likely gonna need something more, but we do need a dark area, and luckily for me, I've recently built an entire mountain, and it's plenty of dark down here, and in fact even a little too dark for the video, so let's just turn on some brightness. Okay, I hope everything I've added isn't going to be in the way for the trees growing. This should be just on the outside. And, oh, wait, this isn't going to work, actually. No, I'm going to need an extra hopper, actually. Looking at this so that we can start this out here and go one more to the side. We can have a barrel right here and then a funnel out into that. And this barrel be connected to this drill, which will remove the cap of the mushroom because I don't want to keep that. I just want to go for the stems. The cap I can gather myself for now, and we just have to hook up the logic for this, and I'm realizing this is also not going to work because that has to be in front of. Okay, trying to be a little space efficient, but did not work out for me. Easiest might just be to do this, and then we have another gear shift right here and move this entire guy just back. Okay, the logistics of it all is getting way too complicated for me. Now I just have all the drills on the side, a few more drills, but honestly not even that many more. And all I really need now is a cap on top. Oh, a cap on top of this that just ensures that mushrooms don't grow further than this block. And I hope that will do it. And also I think that should work if I get this silk touch axis, of course that is. Right, well, off to spawn, I guess, where we can fill up 2 shulker boxes with some flint. Lying across the lake here, Orange Chosen's first factory. He has a bunch of Fletchers and also a couple of unemployed villagers, I'm pretty sure. So if we just place this here, will you grab a job? Maybe. There's another one right here, so another workstation. Don't think it's working hours just yet, but we can start trading flint with these guys for emeralds. Can also use some of these diamonds with hopefully... No, they don't want to get the jobs. Right. Wait, does he have... Oh, great. He has some weaponsmiths over here. Oh, perfect. Oh, they're not leveled up, though, unfortunately. So I will have to do that. As I don't want to use iron access. I want to get to diamond access. But I have thought about it. I was going to put unbreaking on them, but I honestly don't think that's necessary. 1 eternity later. Ooh, diamond axe. Great. They are pretty expensive. Makes sense. And oh, we can only buy 3. Well, this one's even more expensive. How many do I have from that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, okay. Right. We're gonna have to wait for 1 restock then, but I should be able to get more. Did I really just make a stone pickaxe? No. 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 No, that has to be a bug. I refuse to believe that I've not made a... Okay, wait, hold up. Have I not? Times crafted. Maybe it'll be low, but it won't be 0. It shouldn't be 0. Uh-oh. Wait, I didn't see it on 1. Oh, no. And I've got how much playtime? I got 20 days of playing time. I've been playing on the server since April, and I haven't made a stone pickaxe. Right. Well, that's a bit embarrassing. Jeez. Okay, so this is the first episode. Here I have a wooden pickaxe. Oh. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. That's really caught me off guard. Can you restock, please? I just want to buy more diamond tools. Maybe I can't until tomorrow. Wait, I just realized this guy's a toolsmith. There's a chance. I think it's like 50% that I get a... Oh, sweet. Oh, I need 1 more. Right. We're just gonna put a iron one in the top one. It's fine. I don't think the top one's gonna be used much, if even at all. And I should currently have enough emeralds to also get silk touch for all this. 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. And while we are close to an XP source, I think we have enough levels, but just in case we don't, let's go ahead and just put silk touch on all of these now rather than later. Okay, back under the mountain. Let's add in the diamond axe starting at the bottom, then going up. Oh, that's my axe. Oh, thank you. Let's not get that in there. I need that one myself. Then we can continue. And iron one goes right at the top. Should probably put down breaking ones right at the bottom, but that's fine. Fill this up with bone meal. Then I just need to put brown mushrooms in there. Make sure that that's on. And, ooh, wait, I guess I could use a list filter so that I don't have to go back to my storage real quick. And we can use a stem on there. And that should... now toggle everything on. If I turn this on here, we should see that grow up. That powers, although nothing happens. This is powered, which means theoretically this should move, right? This should go and harvest this now. Okay, I think I'm ready for round 2. Reconfigured it a little bit, move it a little way, and this being more forward so that it actually mines all of the blocks. And I think I've hooked up... No, I have not hooked up with the logic yet. Yes, there's a mushroom stem there. Then, oh, right. I moved it a little too far. That's fine. Rather too far than too close. Get that in, and we want this to power when there are 0 items in here. So when there are 0 items, I want this to be powered, which powers that, which means I turn this on. Right, I see what's happening here. Let's turn it off. I guess nothing's stopping us from doing this now. And ooh, it's breaking that. Oh, when it broke the deployer. Oh, well, that's bad. Yeah, that's... I just moving this underground instead, and hopefully this should now work. We just need to add in our hopper again. And well, it's definitely getting our brown mushroom blocks back. That's a thing. And okay, go back, reset. Oh, is it working? I think it's working. I think it's working. It is working. Oh, it's glorious. It's amazing. Oh, we're getting mushroom stems, right? Oh, no, it broke. It broke. Everything broke. Wait, no. I was to cry. This is added by my mod. I mean, the farm works. It's working really good. Oh, man. I'm so dumb. This is added by the mod. My mod. It says my name on. And finally, with all our resources gathered up now in the little mushroom incident behind us, let's just grab up all of these shulker boxes. So many, in fact, that I can't even hold them. Oh, jeez. Right. Most of these are filled. Figured the best place to put all of this will just be up here in the middle. And it's kind of insane to think that this is soon going to be covered inside of a giant building. And I'm not even like halfway up it. Oh, jeez. But no reason to get discouraged by the pure amount of blocks that we need to place today. Instead, let's grab a few tough bits, some cobblestone, dead brain coral, and acacia logs. And I'm thinking the best place for us to start is down here by the already exposed wall we have, where we can use these blocks to start laying down the first foundation of the base. with the first foundation kicked off, I'm moving up to build this first structure using the red blocks we gathered up for the first time. I'm leaning into the darker side with nether brick, red nether brick, netherrack, and mangrove for this section. We're starting to feel a little flat over here, so I skipped this top section where I want to come in now, get a few tough stairs in towards the bottom here. Nope. Yeah, getting that in. A new one every 2 blocks here. And using a tough wall, we can continue extending this out from the main shape here. Finish that off with some dark oak gates here to bring that back into the wall. Using trapdoors, we can connect these up underneath here. And then I brought some tough brick and tough slabs with me, which we can use to create a floor here on this little outsticking part. And I don't think we need to move away from the red palette. Instead, just shifting our focus towards more of the brighter blocks from it. We can use some concrete powder right here on the edges as our brightest bits. Then above that, going in with a red terracotta, just a little more muted color. And then some stripped mangrove logs as some even darker bits sprinkled throughout. And maybe even a mangrove plank or two. Something I think that will help us complement this red color here we've got going on is definitely some scaffolding, as the yellow should match pretty well with the mangrove and red colors that we have going on. Detailed the big window and got this side wall in here now. And let's set aside our red palette for a little bit. Instead, switching it out for some birch and sand. Using this birch and sandstone, I'm extending its tower up from the corner of the red structure, adding windows while leaving space for future detailing. Then I'm adding a roof inspired by the moss greenhouse factory using stone, brick, tough brick, and cobblestone stairs. Finish off the final red wall of this section, and I've grabbed some cobblestone, tough, and deep slate, where I want to start creating the second roof on top of this structure using those blocks. As I'm getting up here, let's switch out our slabs for our blocks instead. And then we can continue following the shape of the walls to finish up the roof. Which is looking good, and at this point let's just continue with the red palette, going even higher up with another lightly red textured section featuring a giant window facing north. Above this, bringing in the third palette, a classic brick style ranging from light grey terracotta to rooted dirt highlights. At this point, we've already gone above Y level 200. Let's just go even a little bit taller, as I've grabbed the range of copper blocks here, and I want to start adding in a chimney on top of this. Going from our regular copper, going to our exposed copper, into our weathered copper above this. And as we near the top, starting to bring in even fully oxidized copper bits. Started adding in just a little bit of glow lichen around, and I want to bring in some pale moss, something that should resemble a little bit of soot towards the top of the chimney here. Even closer to the top, we can start bringing in a little bit of tuff, continuing that glow lichen, and on top of this, even a little bit of cobbled deep slate, just right at the tip. Finishing this part off with some smoke at the top, and I just have to. Lying down to the ground. Oh, that's looking mega. Oh! For the next bit though, as this needs far more support, I want to grab some terrain blocks. Moving over to the side, we can start to come up next to the already built part with some rocks before stretching a layer of grass over and past it, leading to the starting point for another brick segment, this time some windows thrown into the mix with weathered copper grates with some mud brick decals thrown in around just to break it up a little. On top, I'm adding a roof that steps from mud brick through spruce and dark oak all the way to nether brick. To connect this section to the previous, I want to introduce our main palettes. Andesite and light grey concrete powder, blending up through mushroom stems, pale oak planks, finishing off with stripped pale oak logs for now. For a bit of contrast, I'm also adding in some giant oxidized copper grate windows. And I got the roof added in a similar style to the one above the red pallet. Also these outcroppings here, as you can see, where I've taken the white palette and I've gone more towards the darker side of that palette just to mix it up a little bit and not make it look too samey. Also, I figured some of the brass scaffolding in there will give us a nice pop of color. Another pop of color that I want to try and bring in is if we hop up here. I've once again grabbed our copper blocks and starting us up down here at the bottom, starting to extend these in and up as I want to create a little metal decal on the side of the building. Getting up here a little bit. Let's also extend this out to the sides. We can use a few slabs just to give it that little bit extra shape. Got this in, wrapping around the building just a little bit as well. Also added in this little wall here because I think the copper just matches really well with the white. And well, it created a little awkward bit that needed filling. And I think we can continue the white palette up above this since it's been broken off by both the metal decal and the roof down below. When I was chatting with Benji earlier, he pointed out that even when reusing palettes, focusing on either the lighter or darker shades can make each section feel unique. And while it may not have a back just yet, I am loving this. Although I have been building for nearly 4 hours straight at this point, and I'd like a little break, honestly. And I want to fix a problem I've been having with my wood farms. So if we head into my redstone box, I have 6 brass chunk loaders in here. Do I have any chain conveyors in here? I don't. Okay, we'll head back to spawn and buy a couple of those then. And we'll get a couple of stacks of chains crafted up. Send this way, didn't like too much, but we'll pick up a stack of those and also a stack of these. Back at the base, if we fly over the mountains down to the wood island and let that all load in, of course, I want to go ahead and chunk loader this up. And ooh, do I have any blocks that I can use to mark some things out with? Guess we can just use mangrove logs. They're pretty visible. Then if we press F3 and G, we can turn on chunk borders and hopefully we don't have to load too many chunks, but we're definitely gonna load this one, and this one. If I'm not mistaken though, yeah, we're gonna have to load that as well. And I think the easiest way to do this is one of these can load a 5x5 chunk area. So if we go 1, 2, then 3, and 1, 2, and then 3, if we place one chunk loader in this one, we should get that. We should also get the track and we should get hard of this. Actually, most of it, not the entire vault though. So plan is just place a chain conveyor here and a brass chunk loader on top of that. Get that with a high radius, and that should now be a few chunks loaded, as in it should bring us to over here, actually all the way out here. Oh, we're probably not going to need as many chunk loaders as I thought. Getting in a third and I think final chunk loader. I think I managed to cover all of this in 3. If we grab this though, and then we fly out of here, can we link that up to this one instantly? We can't. That entire chain should be underground. Let's also just get some more rockets because I've been playing around so much today. We can head back here, grab this one a second time and connect this up to our first one over here, which should be, oh, actually on the same Y level. Perfect. Right, then what we do is we grab this and we run over towards this area. Okay, got the power hooked up into the forward and operating base here. Not a little ugly, but it's fine. I need to get a clutch, and well, also I need to run this over. One day I will sort out some actual power lines. For now though, let's just run it over here. All right, it can go to there, and then we can run it probably into the mountain around where I think my truck is at, actually, in the farm that I really didn't even have to make. There is a chain conveyor right here. Depot items and grab the clutch that I really need somewhere in here. There it is. Pick this back up as well, so just have it where I am, and we'll need to turn on the power. Whoa, let's just throw in a few more stacks and whoop, and power on. Heading back down now, we should just be able to hook this clutch up and that should be spinning. at, yep, good speed. And if we hook that up, well, the chunk loader should power up. And other than the tree farms, there's not much in this area, so this shouldn't cause too much lag, and obviously I can just turn it off whenever. Okay, if the last one is spinning, all of them will be working. And the last one's working. Perfect. Just cover that back up and right, add in the lever to turn it off, and then I can get the droids back up and running. Because, well, the problem I've been having with this is that the droids just kind of stop depending on which chunks are loaded, and that's not ideal. Let's see, has this one gone missing, or is this the one that's actually working? Okay, so the spruce one is the one that's working. Gotcha. I think every single other droid has literally stopped working though. So if we just drop one down here, we should just be able to power that, and that one should continue on. This one has stopped right here. I maybe fixed this once or twice before. If we power this, that should carry on into there, and that should activate again soon. Sending that back off to the beginning. And where has this one stopped? Over here? Yes. Where is the system for this? Oh, here it is. Right. Just need to add that. And off you go. Okay, we've been around for a little bit. I'm going to leave my markers up just a little longer, as I will need to build a few more farms here to actually get the netherwoods and mangrove sorted out. But for now, it looks like it's all working, which is great. The bot that services these two seem to have disappeared. And I was standing on one of the tree farm trees. But I'll sort that out in the future, as I didn't want to do that. I just want to place some chunk loaders. But flying back over the mountains, and okay, well, this side of the base is missing. Okay, this wasn't as epic as I thought. So let's start working on that, fixing up this giant hole in the side of the main tower. We can use our brick pallet once again, same style as on the opposite side, with our giant weathered copper grated windows and roof made out of mud bricks going all the way to nether brick. I did leave a gap towards the bottom so that I can go back in and extend up a stone structure with a similar roof to the brick segment, but going a little lighter, starting off with jungle instead of mud bricks. Use some copper grades for the windows here, and you can tell I'm a big fan of copper grades as windows. But walking up this little grass stretch, I also built in, and we definitely need to put some detail on there. I want to start working on the main foot entrance, as the main entrance for warehouse stuff is obviously all the way down there with the train. So let's just start extending in a little platform for us. With those, we can bring out some polished tuff for the foundation of the frame, I guess we'll call it. Get rid of our polished tuff and go into tough bricks, and also got some copper cap panels just to be able to shape this a little better. And we can start extending this up, extend this in just an extra block here, and for the door itself we can use some stripped dark oak wood. Just extend this on up, and we'll eventually make this door fully functional. Not today though, I'm solely focused on the exterior and how this entire build looks today, but I will add in some door handles. Beautiful. Then I've been carrying around on our dark red blocks, which I want to use to start creating the wall here behind this. On top of this here, let's use a few hoppers to support the roof, which we can use some of our darker deep slate materials to build. With that roof in, I want to go back up before continuing in this direction and complete up the main tower structure with another white section, but with a slightly different block palette, using diorite, calcite, white concrete powder, and some endstone and birch for some more eroded bits. Build in the gap over on this side here with just another little white structure coming off the main one with some of our brass scaffolding again. And I think this here will go out to the chimneys, which I want to put through this roof, and probably another one over in this area. But we'll get back to that as, just looking at this, we have so much left to do, but it is starting to look a lot better on this side. So let's just keep powering through at this point. Now, I've been building this mega base for 6 hours, and I want to spend a bit of time trying to get a few more shapes in on the south side of the tower to start working towards fully completing the shell. Huh?
Mr. Stemio, where you at?
Up here.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question.
Okay.
First of all, take this. I don't need it.
I don't need that either. No.
Okay, but you can have it. I made something at my base, and I haven't had the time to really play test it.
Okay.
So are you in for a game of hockey?
Sounds interesting. Sure. I mean, I'm just been building and building and building and
I've
building.
been digging, and I want to break from digging.
Yeah, and I want to break from building. Great. Let's I'll follow you.
We're here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you've done a lot. Oh, my goodness.
You like my hockey field?
Where's your hockey field?
Right here.
Wait, this is it?
Yeah. Want to see something really cool?
Okay.
Come with me. So the entire stadium, or arena, I should say, is based on one concept.
Okay.
You can change out the board games.
Oh.
So we go in here, see how it says ice hockey.
Yeah.
Put that in there. Boom.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Yeah. Then this is the underground.
Oh,
control
I see.
room. And now we have an ice hockey.
Oh
field.
my god. Oh, jeez. Okay.
So in the control room we have lockers, player lockers. I've asked the community if they have ideas for games. So
I
these
see.
are player lockers. For now, it's just cardboard sword. So a bit of rules. This is the first time I'm playtesting this. So my ideas are not set in stone just yet.
Okay.
To start off, I feel like we should start off in the goal boxes, and then somebody will need to hit the button for the ball. But you start off here, and then when you score, I guess. I don't know how long a game should be. Oh, also don't fall in there. It's very hard to get out.
Okay, good to know. Right.
Okay, so we're gonna grab a ball. I'm gonna get into my goal box, and it's very straightforward.
Hit it into your goal.
Yeah.
All
3,
right.
2, 1, go.
You
Okay, so
did!
that's one.
So do I press this button then?
Yes, and then return to your goal boxes.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, new ball. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do we go instantly? Oh, no,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
No, no. No. No, 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 no.
Haha!
Okay, I feel like Elytra should be off.
All right,
for
fair
some
enough.
reason. Because first of all, it's bothering me that I keep going into flight mode.
Get wrecked at your own game.
I do feel like the swords are a bit too strong.
Yeah,
so
I do. Yeah, I do agree. I think you should probably do some of the wetter ones.
No, give me. Oh god. Oh, almost saved it. Almost saved it. But yeah, how long do you think a game should be? Also,
5 minutes?
no, like points wise, I would say.
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe like
First, I'd say we'll do
15?
like first to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do 10.
Eggs, you gotta get better at this, man.
I'm very bad at. So this is technically PvE,
Yeah.
right? And I'm very bad at PvE.
Are you good at PvP? Oh no.
No.
So what are you good at?
I'm good at coming up with stupid ideas.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh.
Oh,
Goal!
now I need to get off of this.
Here, I got you.
A rocket. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, reset. All right. I'll let you hit the ball since I hit you in. Oh no.
Come on, get out. No.
Eggs, you gotta score 1.
Oh, I'm really bad at sports.
Oh,
the
no.
only thing I can do is lift heavy things.
All right, fair enough. I'm pretty bad lifting heavy things.
No. No.
Oh.
No. At least
Then
I'm not.
you need a little
zero.
whistle when there's a goal.
I mean, I could. Yeah, we could do that. I also feel like
Yay.
it would be better with more people on the field.
More people on the field. I mean, I don't lie. I mean, yeah, no, actually, it doesn't have to be bigger if you just have weaker knockback swords.
Yeah.
Oh, saved it.
Just gonna guard my goal. No. How?
And he goes past.
Damn it.
I mean, it's you can't even blame it on the ping because we have similar ping.
Yeah, no, and I'm not blaming it on the big.
No. I'm just used to. Oh, wee! And I win.
And that's 10. That's 10. Okay, and then we reset the points.
Listen, I'm a little competitive, baby. But that was fun.
you're good. But yeah, so basically we could make any kind of field in here.
I like the
Put it
idea. The
together.
idea is really fun.
Set it up.
Is there any way to like switch them out without having? I mean, I guess switching them out with hand isn't that annoying.
No, I think it's fair. I mean, it's
I
easy
think that's
enough to
No, I think you're overcomplicating
Put it
if you
down.
want to do it else other way.
I thought about it though, but it's a lot faster to do it by hand as
Yeah.
well. You just pick the game. Otherwise, you have to make an entire.
What other
selection
ideas do you
panel.
have?
I had a paintball idea,
Ooh.
but
Why?
I showed a video about it in the Discord where adding some of the contraptions to the paintball field just made it glitch out. So I can't glue it together for some reason.
Wow, that sucks.
But paintball is on the with potato cannons.
Yeah,
paintball's on the agenda. And then whatever the community comes up with, they can send me schematics. They've got an entire blueprints on the size of the field.
That's nice. Yeah,
Where are we going?
I'm just looking at your base.
Oh, you haven't been here.
No, I've not been here. I've not.
Oh, want to see my workshop?
Yeah, sure. I'm building a workshop at the moment. Well, what you saw the shell of is my workshop.
Yeah, welcome to the workshop.
This is it?
Yes, this is it.
And this guy has eggs
Everything.
workshop, egg press, compact, saw crush. That wash. Oh, haunt. Oh, okay. I see everything.
Look, the workshop.
Where's the workshop?
Okay, come back in here.
No. What? What? The floor. No. What?
Welcome to the workshop.
Oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Wait, you only need this much space? You're telling me I'm building this entire building and you only need this much space?
This is basically everything I need. There's a couple of things that you can add to it, but this is like basically all of it.
Yeah, but this is not even like the size of one of my parts of my structure.
And then we can go down even further.
What?
This is storage.
Oh my goodness. Wait, but I have... Oh, so I should have... Okay, I could have gone smaller. I see. Oh, wait. No, you got a lot of bolts here, actually.
Yeah.
I love these fog lights. That's so cool. Excited to see what other games Eggs comes up with, but he did interrupt me building, and well, I've currently got a giant hole in the mega base here that I was about to fill in, and I'm thinking we continue using the red I used below for the entrance, just moving towards the brighter shaded blocks to make it a bit more unique as I extend up the main structure. Then for the roof, using stairs and building up 3 roof windows with our brick pallet, finishing up filling in the hole we had in the middle of the build. Okay, well, maybe we still have 2 holes back here, but at least they're way smaller. And looking back to those as, well, I want to build even more structures on this side. And let's be honest, I think we've seen me build enough of them. So let's just quickly build up the terrain around the back a bit more, just to make the base not floating as much. Moving around to the side facing the stone indices and building up a small mountain peak to fill in the gap between the mega base, as well as yet again stopping it from looking like it's floating. And well, it's still floating, but you know, it's looking better with some terrain and around the base of it at least. We'll get to the rest of the terrain going out over this direction. I got another peak planned in here and, well, another peak up over there. There's still a lot of terrain left to do, but I think I'm good for now. Instead, I want to focus on the middle of this build before we get working on some more details because, well, let's be honest, some of the walls are, well, a little bland. But before that, we've got to fix up these holes in the roofs here. And just like the chimneys up the top over there, I've got a ton of copper blocks left over now, which I want to use to get those extended up. And even though they start 50 plus blocks below the other chimneys, they still stretch up to nearly the same height, where I'm using the same gradient from normal copper all the way to oxidized with some soot gathering along the top. Before we get some smoke in on top of these, let's get some metal girders running out from the main structure over connecting to the chimneys. Then I want to use copper table covers as catwalks because we still don't have Create Deco updated since the devs are waiting for the fabric version of Create to come out to update that. You can also, on these corner bits here, these going down, we can just extend down a metal girder. Then for the railing, let's get one of these put here on the side and we can just rotate that to create a railing with the copycat panels. Then we're gonna have to get a little creative here on the corners. And oh god, I hate placing these. Oh, right, my elytra broke. I repaired that right before I started building on this. Yeah, this base is very inaccessible if you do not have an elytra right now, and probably will remain like it. Just gonna sneak on past this into the storage room. And okay, great, we have some nuggets of experience. Then we can use some copper bars, which apparently can't be used in the boards. Okay, we'll use some grates then. Oh, don't steal my grates floor. Don't think I've actually used the copper bars before, or at least not in a while. Could make for some fun windows actually. Then use some andesite ladders and bars. We can get some ladders going up the side of the chimney for maintenance access. Got some catwalks here extended up and also a second ladder on the second chimney as I didn't want to connect them up at the top, but that is looking good. So let's start building up the smoke billowing out the top of them, and the top of the chimneys are around Y220, and I'm taking the smoke over 80 more blocks up, stretching the highest point of this mega base to above Y level 300, which is definitely the highest I've ever built in this game. And if we were to count from the bottom of the train tunnel, the base is now nearly 250 blocks tall. And we have another big issue. Okay, maybe a few. But besides the fact that it's floating and doesn't have an interior, the outside is also lacking some details. I mean, we have a hole in the wall there that could use some detail, especially over on this side where we got a few big splashes without anything. And I have been thinking really hard about this circular spot up here, as I originally wanted to build in a circular window, but I don't really know how to detail the rest and how to make that look good. And so I've had a change of thought. If we head down over here by the river, I've got 2 fans. And when I built these, I got so many people. And I mean, so many people telling me that they should spin. And well, yeah, they don't spin. But that's also because this isn't something I really see. I see this area if I'm, you know, going down the bridge, but I wouldn't really see them spinning, so I didn't think there was any point in making this area more laggy. But if we grab some black concrete, some smooth quartz, wax exposed copper grate, and I think I have some, well, I thought I had some polished andesite, but I don't think I do. I guess we'll just crop up a bit. Up here at the hole, then we can start taking this polished andesite and running yet another ring in here just to make this area a little darker. Starting us off then from this, we can start extending up some smooth quartz and up into that, which leads into the middle point, I'm pretty sure. And then we just continue extending out the wings for the fan on either side. And all this here glued together. Removed a few blocks temporarily just to make sure that the walls aren't connected. And we need to get this spinning. As long as we are a little careful with which of these we place down, we can get our mechanical bearing in. And we'll just set this to only place when anchor destroyed. Then I actually have access to my toolbox, which is great because we can add in a clutch. And for now, maybe a water wheel because I have one. We'll probably hook this up to some other power here in a little bit. But for now, we'll at least have it spinning. And is that actually spin the right way? I don't really know. Let's see, the curvature is... Yeah, okay, I think it is. Then we can continue extending in this back wall here with some black concrete. Leaving the night away, adding in some copper grates here on the outside. That is looking so good. I can definitely see why people wanted me to have the ones down by the river spinning, because that is... Oh, I love it. And then I figure we can hook that up to the power of the workshop eventually whenever we build that. And whenever the workshop is on and working, the fans will be spinning. Now, the base is coming together really well, and this fan definitely added a bit of life to it. But unfortunately, a lot of the build is still missing that life. So I booted my stream up and spent a bit of time putting together some old details I've used in the past on factory exteriors. Also spending some time planning out a few new details to place down around the mega base and future factories. Back on the server, I've transferred all of these newly built details into this material checklist and, well, a schematic. And, well, 25 pages is a lot, but I've transferred down the materials I still had left over on the platform into my storage. And hopefully... Okay, fingers crossed, these items will hopefully be most of the ones I need. As you see, yep, we're sending that in there. And, ooh, right, I need a... I guess I can just borrow the schematic as I have an extra cannon. Okay, hopefully this is... Okay, no, not yet. Okay, well, 10 pages, maybe? Okay, oh, okay. 11. Oh, I'm so fine with 11 pages. Okay, 15 pages gone. That's a win. So let's spend a bit of time just crafting down all the different detailing bits and bobs on the list that we still need. Put that all into the micro contraption and we'll just plunk that down. Double check the material list. There should be just a few things missing. All of that except the cut copper stairs is all right. Throwing in some gunpowder into this and making sure that replacing solid with any is on. Protect, skip missing blocks. We'll have to replace a couple of blocks as not only getting the detailing in where there were blocks previously, but since I do my texturing based on where shadows and highlights would gather on a structure, one of the big reasons I decided to even use the schematic cannon for this part in the first place, as redoing the texturing would have been a massive pain. But as these details start coming into place, this build is really and truly coming together. Okay, this is so cool. I've gotta say, this is probably the best, or at least one of the best builds I've ever done. Definitely the biggest one. Oh my goodness. Think this might beat out the spot for my favorite builds, or at the very best tying up with the castle I built at spawn on the server. Oh right, that fan. Oh okay, well we have a few things to fix up and I need to add a few more entrances, but I love seeing the detail in here. We've got some pipes and some steam shooting out of the side, more pipes as you follow up. You have these new antennas that I added in, and also I figured these be a little cool way of us getting back into the base. And yeah, there's some extension bolts there, as I also want this window to open up and have it be like an entrance with a light ray into the base by maybe putting like a smoke sensor in this hill here. But we'll see about the functionality. And oh, there's just detail everywhere now. I love it. I've already seen the detail, but just seeing it in survival, it's just, oh, I love it so much. So even though there were a few areas still to touch up and fix that the schematic cannon messed up by a little, I'll be doing that between episodes. For now, let's just admire the exterior of the mega base, as this has been a project taking me over 2 weeks, spending around 80 hours working on it in total, and finally seeing it stand tall on the server is just amazing. And we have a ton of work left to do. Hopefully I don't have to spend another 80 hours figuring out and building the interior of this, but honestly, who knows? This is terrifying, but well, I'll get there one day. We also have so much more terrain work to do, but that is also a future project. As for now, I am all out of time for this episode, and while I've already had to delay it once, so thank you so very much for watching. And I've actually decided to post this build and the schematic for it over on my Patreon for free. So if you head over to my Patreon, link in the description, and you sign up as a free member, you can download this build and put it in your world. Just a shell, no interior. And if you end up building it or using it in some project you're doing, make sure to post it somewhere that I can see it. But again, thank you so very much for watching, and as always, thank you to all of my supporters, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.